and I'm going to. It is 7:05 and I'm going to officially start the January 21st HDC meeting. Before we get to the public hearings, I want to first welcome Jeff and Mark as our new members of the HDC, voted in, I just heard 2 weeks ago, so congratulations, or is it congratulations? No, I'm joking. Oh, no, seriously, congratulations.
Thank you.
To you both. It's I've been on this for about four or 5 years now, and it's one of the things I look forward to twice a month. And so I hope you guys get to the point where you also look forward to it as much as I do. So first off, I'm gonna waive the hearing. If you want to read them, they're on the yellow sheet over there. If you've signed in, great. If you haven't, we'll get you on the agenda already. So right now I'm gonna ask.
You sat these guys on?
No, I have not. And so now I'm going to ask that Mark and Jeff be seated as full members of the committee, and that they are acting full voting members.
So Mark is an actual full
Okay,
member,
all
so
right.
he's going to sit regularly.
Okay.
So the only
Jeff-
person you really have to is
Seating
Jeff in
Jeff.
the absence of a regular member.
Okay. All right, so I'm seating Jeff as a regular member. All right, so I don't see John or Tim, so I'm going to proceed we have enough voting members
Sure,
for,
absolutely. Yeah.
and so with that, I'll ask Ted to read the call.
Town of Groton, notice of public hearing, Historic District Commission. Historic District Commission will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, January 21, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Groton Town Hall Annex, 134 Groton Long Point Road, and virtually via the Zoom platform to hear the following applications requesting a certificate of appropriateness. HDC 25-0080, 3 Elm Street, Advanced Construction, applicant Patrick Nolan, owner. Exterior renovations, PIN 26191820634. HDC 25-0001, 12 Water Street, Mantis Larecus. You can say it out loud if you want to help me. I'm sorry, I'll try my best. Applicant Dominique Joki, owner. Door, sign, and lighting, PIN 26191830550. HDC 25-0002, 19 Borough Street. Patrick McEnany, applicant Peter Soleri, owner, new garage, PIN 261917214153. Tim, I heard this one's been
Withdrawn.
It has been withdrawn.
Yeah, that's
It's on the
Peter.
agenda. It's on the
Pe-
agenda as
Peter-
withdrawn.
Peter.
So when we get to the agenda, we'll just,
So I
We'll
didn't
note it.
have to read it? or
Well.
It didn't matter, all right.
yeah, it was noticed, so you probably should have read it.
HGC 25-0003, 46 West Main Street. Leo Roche, applicant, owner. Siding, roof and windows, PIN 2619183099937. A Zoom meeting link will be posted to the town's website, meetings calendar. Applications are on file and available for public inspection during normal business hours at the Planning Department, 134 Groton Long Point Road, Groton, Connecticut. Dated this 14th day of January, 2025 at Groton, Connecticut. Todd Brady, secretary, read by, not Todd, but by Ted Keatsman.
Right.
Volunteer to read the minutes, or to read the
call. Thank you, Ted, for doing that. Question for you, Tim.
Yeah.
On the agenda, we have something that's not on the call, and do we proceed?
Which one is, because that's a continued public hearing.
Okay,
So it didn't have to be renoticed.
Okay.
It's been noticed already.
okay. I
Yeah,
just
and
wanted
that's
to
been continued.
double check.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're Thank you for reading the call. We'll go right to public hearings. So we're going to start with HDC 24-0075. 3 AB Pearl Street, also Carvajal applicant. Is he or she?
Any of you guys, the
Your
sign
the-
at 3 Pearl Street? No?
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll just,
So what you probably want to do at that point, because we've extended it time-wise,
I was gonna
and I
say,
believe we are
this-
out of time on it.
that was,
You want to probably entertain a motion to close the public hearing on that.
I was gonna say, we've continued this
Yeah.
numerous
Yeah.
times, so. All right, I would like to make a motion to close out the application process. Because there's a certain number of days, right?
Yeah.
I believe Sue said that if they didn't show up at this meeting, we should probably close it for timeframe.
I understand.
Yep,
So what I understand about that is if we do not render a decision in 65 days, it will be automatically approved.
correct.
That's why we have to close it.
Well, close it means
If
deny
You-
it,
No,
right?
no, at this
You're
point, you're
clo-
closing the public hearing. You would
Oh,
take it up under
okay.
considerations, and then you would address what you're talking about right now.
Right. That's the second
Oh,
step.
all right.
So right now, all you're doing is closing the public hearing
On this one,
on this
that.
particular application, yeah.
okay, we're gonna close them all as soon as everybody's done though, aren't we? I mean, okay, whatever.
But you're not continuing this anymore.
Right.
Right, I understand.
We had continued it from
Okay.
when it was originally submitted.
So
There's
what?
no more continuations, so you either continue it or you close it.
So we're closing it
Got it, I understand.
and then we can make a decision on.
So we want someone, like, I should make a motion to close?
Yeah, I just made. the
Oh, you
motion.
did?
I
All
just-
right. Somebody still that was confusing
So
to
somebody
hear.
should probably
I will
second that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the motion on hand is that we close the public hearings on 3AB Pearl Street, HDC 24-0075. Ted is seconded. Anybody have a discussion? All right, then I'd like to call a vote. And the way we call a vote is we say our last name and then we say yay or nay.
Ernst, yay.
Ferguson, yay.
Keatsman, yes.
Moriarty, yes.
All right, so with that vote, HDC 24-0075, the application for the public hearing is closed. All right, now we'll go on to HDC 25-0080, 3 Elm Street, Advanced Construction, Patrick Nolan is the owner. Are either Advanced or Patrick Nolan online or present today?
Might be online, hang on. Let's see who's in there. Where do I get my?
You have 3 participants. 2 attendees.
Peter Springsteel and Groton. Let's see.
Groton Sue, right?
I think I have to promote him to panelist. And did I promote him to panelist?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then allow to talk.
Peter, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Are
I'm not,
you?
I'm not the applicant for that one.
Oh, okay.
All
All
right,
right. We just wanted to check. Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
All right. So HDC 25-0080 has no one present. Make a motion to continue it to the next meeting.
Moriarty, second.
All right.
Ernst, yay.
All right. Ferguson, yay.
Keatsman, yay.
And-
Moriarty, yay.
All right. So HDC 25-0080 is continued. All right. I'm going to do my best with your last name. So HDC 25-0001, 12 Water Street, Montes Loriakis.
Yeah.
Come on down. Is this the Moroccan? Is this the new restaurant at Rise? Where? are we?
Danger bar.
Danger.
Oh,
Bar.
oh,
Yeah,
excellent.
it's in the Factory Square
Square.
building,
Oh,
12
okay.
Water Street.
Right next to it. Okay.
Which one do I hit to get to reduce Peter and
So
bring the gallery up. Trying to remember.
I
Do you
think hit the X under participants in the upper right,
Underwear
upper right. See that?
up
Yeah,
here?
right. Click there first.
I don't know. Do I want to close that?
Yeah, you can close that. And now,
Trying to remember.
and then
Is it under that?
you click view up top. Right there. See what happens. Gallery.
Show non-video participants.
No, I think you want gallery view. Or no.
I do want gallery. Oh, this thing must not be on. Hang on.
There
you
we
go.
go.
There you go.
Excellent job. All right. So we'll zoom in.
Zoom in a little bit on you.
Right. So
So Matt, what you want to do is you want to turn that so it
Yeah.
presents to the commission.
There
There
you
you go. There you go.
perfect. All right.
Here we go. All right, good evening, Historic District Commission. My name is Mantas Laureckis. I'm the owner operator of Danger Bar LLC, which is located at 12 Water Street, Unit B1 in Mystic, Connecticut, also known as the Factory Square Building. So today I'm asking for your permission to make 3 changes to the existing entrance through to the bar. So I have first on the picture the pre-existing entrance. So that's how it looks currently. So I'm proposing to add a new sign, which will show it on the next page above the entrance, to replace the existing aluminum doors, which the size is 5x7 with the fiberglass, and that down-facing two lights, which will replace the 2 pre-existing lights currently to the left and to the right of the entrance. Right here, I have a little site plan just to show where exactly this site is. So we have Water Street right here, 12 Water Street, and the current location is right here. So this unit is visible from the Water Street when you pass or when you drive. There's like a little alley into that. So we'll just move on to the my proposed fiber doors, which, as I mentioned, they are 5x7. So what I really would do is to replace them with the 5x7 size and just kind of extend the glass to the right of the entrance, just to have a little bit more visibility and to add more daylight into the to the bar. The next one would be down-facing pendant lights, which will be placed to the left and to the right of the entrance, which will replace the pre-existing lanterns that are currently in place. And they all are aluminum pendant downward-facing lights. And the third one would be the sign, which is 36 by 36, rough danger bar. And that will be placed above the entrance doors. Yes, so, and then I just put a kind of like a visual of all the changes that I'm trying to make. So I think I did my best on this one as I did it by myself. So you can see those doors will be replaced, 5x7 size. I will extend a little bit of the glass to the right of it. They are fiber glass doors. You'll see the sign will be above the entrance, 36 by 36, which is pretty much the maximum capacity to place a sign in there, and just add electrical 2 pendant downwards facing lights where the entrance is.
Keep it up.
Okay.
I was just gonna say. I just want to note, I think the public and the commission to note that this is a non-architectural rendition of what it is, and it might not be to scale, so that the sign might not be exactly that proportion, correct?
Yeah, so I think what I'm really gonna do is just to cut off these corners, so it's gonna be like circle like this.
Oh, just
Right.
a,
Yeah, it's just gonna be, this is not gonna like exist. So it's just 36 by 36 like that.
okay,
So this is just
right.
really, we can skip that. So that's the proposed sign to be
Okay.
accurate.
I think that's important to note for everyone.
A similar question is, there's
Mm-hmm.
not white panels around the light fixtures?
No,
No, there is no.
Okay.
Yeah, I,
that's
Just against the brick.
Right.
yes, it's gonna be
It's just-
placed on the brick. I just didn't, there was a new program that I was playing and I couldn't take off the white. So there's gonna be no white. They will be placed on the brick. That is correct.
Just want to point that out.
Right,
That's
exactly.
that's a good question. Thank you.
That note.
Yeah, I think. No, we'll take his paper
Yeah, well,
with the X's and O's on it.
yeah, we'll just,
You may want to note on the bottom of that, that lights which be directly applied to the brick.
okay.
No, yes, we have the stamp.
Okay.
And just also, just while you're writing, just that it'll be a square.
Note about the sign.
Yeah, the sign will be a square on its side, not
Diamond.
a diamond square.
Diamond square.
That is the shape of danger on the water too.
Right.
Yeah, that's that's what the name comes.
And you initialed it?
Yeah, I put it my
Yep,
signature.
yep, perfect. All right. Does anyone on the commission have any questions? All right. Does anybody in the audience want to speak for this? Anyone in the audience want to speak against? Okay. Then HDC. Excuse me, HDC 25-001, 12 Water Street is closed. We'll just take that piece of paper from you and add it to the file.
Can I switch it with this one?
Sure, you can leave it in there, it'll be
Yeah.
updated.
All right.
I've
All right.
never worked the stamp though, Tim. I don't-
We'll do
I
that
don't
after,
appreciate
that,
later.
Just
that's
hit it.
later in the process.
Okay.
But
Any
I've
training
worked,
on that?
I've worked with them. so.
Okay.
He's
All
playing
right.
for us.
All right. Okay. That's
Okay.
well presented, very clear. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for doing that. All right.
You're all
What
set.
what we're gonna have you do is you can do one of two things. You could exit the building or you could hang out and we'll vote in about 20 minutes.
Okay,
So,
What they do is they go through and they do all the public
Oh.
hearings, and then they revisit all the considerations all at once.
right,
okay,
and
all
then,
right.
so.
okay, thank
so,
you.
know,
Thank you, Montes.
Okay. And then 11 dash, HCC 25-002, which is Peter Solari's, he's withdrawn his thing. So then we'll move on to HDC 25-003, 46 West Main Street, Leo Roche. And he's the owner applicant, but
How are you? My name is Alan Sheehan. I'm here representing Leo at 46 West Main Street. First thing we're trying to do is siding. We're replacing the siding with a smooth, hard plank siding. I have a sample of it there. And that is just the picture of the building. Oh my God.
it's the opposite way there.
Then flip it around.
Yeah. So that's the building and that's the smooth hard plank we're using. The next thing up is replacing the roof shingles using the exact same material and color. So that's just the material. It's the same color, same material as existing.
So it's like for like in
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
case. Yeah.
Yep. And then the windows, replacing the existing windows on the ground floor with vinyl through divided windows and are manufactured by Harvey Windows. So here. So that's an example of the windows there as well.
Flip them.
Flip that around.
And Is it? You said true divided light?
Yeah, true divided, yeah.
Okay. Just,
And it's a picture of the windows on the ground floor.
is that on another building? Or is that?
No, it's all the same building.
Oh,
It's just
the
the
ones,
side of the
the
front.
ones you're replacing.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant the actual.
Yep.
I don't see the window, any
I
window
just gonna say,
detail
I didn't
outside
see the
of-
windows.
in the package already. Tim, am I missing something?
So I have copies there. I can,
Yeah, I mean,
I believe the last time Leo was in, he was still obtaining some spec information, and he had anticipated submitting it at the meeting.
Yeah, he came for a pre-app. And he
Yeah.
talked with us.
Yeah,
I
but he was
just-
also in doing his application with Sue shortly after that. And he didn't have the Windows stuff at the time. He said he would have it at the meeting. So
we
you
can
can
take
accept
it
it.
now.
Yeah, you can stamp it in and accept it as part of the application.
Our
and actually I'll leave that too. Those are the windows there on the building.
our vinyl windows typically approved.
That's
where I'm-
that's a discussion amongst the
yeah.
commission that you guys are
I'm
going
on
to.
the fence. I'll be very transparent. I'm
Yep.
on the fence with the vinyl windows.
Good.
As part of your application. I'd love for you to come back and with maybe some alternates. I'm just speaking
Okay.
from
Yeah,
Bill
yeah,
Ferguson. I'm not claiming to speak for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
three other gentlemen,
yep.
but vinyl's not really historic district. Jumps out as.
Yeah, I want to ask about that. It's, because we do a lot of windows that are, they're vinyl clad. And I don't know if I got the distinction between vinyl clad and vinyl window, you know what I mean? So we don't like the word vinyl, I've learned that. But there's different kinds of, materials on these windows that are still pretty high-end windows. And so I'm not sure I know exactly what this is relative to,
Yeah.
Bill's comment of not liking vinyl.
I agree that the subject probably lends itself to further conversation
Mhm.
regarding this, given the variety of products that are out there now and how they're presented. The board historically has, in my experience, has kind of had an adverse reaction to full vinyl windows. That
There is a difference.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that
That's-
have the look of it. I don't know if it says it in detail on there, but Leo did talk about it.
Part of the question is the dimension of it. There's very few companies that make vinyl windows that are really comply with historical standards.
True. Most of the time, the frames are surrounding are more, there's more plastic that's involved with them. And something else that's been of conversation regularly is the actual sheen or the shine that the plastic
Just like a vinyl
produces
fence.
Yeah.
versus
as opposed to like a clad product, which has a duller finish to it.
Right.
Even if like a fiberglass clad or aluminum clad would have a tendency. So that's kind of where the line in the sand is drawn.
No, that's where,
historically
that's
with
where
the
that's
with the
where I'm at.
commission,
I'll
yeah.
be-
Mhm.
I'm just,
Yep.
again, I'm not gonna
Yep.
claim to speak for them. I'm just saying that I would love for you to separate the windows
Yeah.
out of this application. I'm just gonna speak for me.
Okay,
For you to separate the windows out of this application. Apply for the other things which are totally,
yeah, okay,
I'm like, again, I'm not gonna speak for them.
Yeah, right,
but,
yeah.
like, they're votable.
yep, yep,
Like, this, I would love to see you present other options
Okay.
than your vinyl
okay,
to the historic district.
Okay.
But we'll have a
so just go with
discussion,
those two, so,
but, no, I mean, are you done with your presentation?
yeah,
Let
it
me
was just those
so-
three items.
All right, so I'm gonna press pause on you and
Yep.
we're gonna talk for a second. So,
Good.
I'm just throwing it out to the commission. I've said my piece on how I think this application should go forward. I'm open and willing to listen to other similar or very different perspectives. I just
Yep.
wanted to.
Yeah, it's a very prominent building, prominent location in town. Some windows are 6/6, some are 1/1, so it'd just be good to know a little bit more detail about, specific grid design and window spec.
I'm sure Leo has that too, if, if,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not questioning Leo in any way.
Yeah, okay.
Don't.
So what you may want to do is request the applicant withdraw the window portion of his application tonight.
Yeah.
And come back with either further information on the windows that he's provided already. That would provide details.
Right.
That you guys are looking for, or alternative possibilities that
That-
might be more
yeah,
acceptable.
But I was gonna make that exact, I just wanted to hear. from
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
everybody.
I didn't-
No, And again, I'm not,
Yep,
Yeah, I agree with
we're
you.
on the same page
Yeah.
as well.
I think the dimensional things, and are the windows you have now, are they original windows?
I assume, I don't know, to be
That'd be
honest.
another question I would have is what are we replacing?
I sh- Those there on the ground floor.
I'm not sure a picture can tell us.
Yeah.
No, I can't see much.
Yeah.
Replaced from the 70s.
But I think the
or-
dimensional
yeah.
thing.
right.
Yeah,
You're-
right,
Right,
right.
right.
The issue with vinyl windows is they move with heat and the sheen is an issue, but
The sheen's
they
fine.
generally have problems.
Okay.
Compared to other options that you have. So. I agree. I like the idea of separating it. It's very important.
Yeah, but I have a question because I'm looking, normally I don't get to see inside this folder. And so now I'm looking inside it. I don't see anything about the siding in any detail, siding detail in here.
There's no cut sheet for the siding either, like
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
there's the,
the Hardy?
if this,
No, there should be a spec sheet
No.
for it.
so there's,
It's missing.
the application sheet, the location sheet, and then there's just exterior pictures in this folder. And I see he's got a sample, and, I was here during the pre-app that Leo was here last week, and he talked in a lot of detail about the siding, and the group that was sitting here then, including me, was very enthusiastic about it, but right now that I'm looking in the folder, I don't
Right.
see the thing.
No, this is an incomplete application on many levels, and if,
So it needs a little more detail, so we can
So-
approve something that we could,
so,
so the building inspector could enforce it later.
Yep.
And right now, there's nothing to,
so,
well, I don't want to say enforce, inspect it might be a better word. I don't want.
so my question is that piece of right there. Is that,
Those are the shingles, I believe.
this is,
That's
so
the
this is
roof.
the roof,
Shingle for the roof, yeah.
because that's not in here either. This, so.
But I think he's proclaiming that to be a like for like, and he's just I
Right,
think he's
right. No,
demonstrating
and-
with
and I-
that it is.
Right, and
yeah.
that's why I made the comment,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like for like, so
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
worried about the shingles.
Right.
I mean, the shingles, I'm worried about the siding.
I thought he had the siding last time and he had a rough one, but he just.
Yeah,
said to go back to
he brought in
yeah,
samples and we as a group with Leo's
we'll sit that
input
one there.
settled
Yeah.
on that one.
Okay,
But we don't have like a spec sheet on it that
Okay.
says it's hardy. you
Okay.
know, Whatever.
Understand why we're.
yeah, oh,
So-
absolutely, yeah, of course.
So I don't even think we can vote because we don't have any information. I mean, your presentation was legit, but we just don't have it
Okay,
for public consumption in the folder.
okay,
Right,
So,
yeah.
So
At least I think I know what you want to do and I'm supportive. so-
right, no.
Yeah,
I don't
right,
thi-
right,
I don't-
yeah,
Again.
yeah.
This is coming across very bad in the sense we're like, separate the windows.
Yeah,
but Where's
yeah.
all the, but, so I think Leo's gotta
Okay, so if he gets. the
present
spec,
again
then-
to
yeah,
us,
Okay,
but with all the specs
okay.
on the siding
Okay,
and more. And again, the shingles are like for like, so I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that, but the
then the
siding,
windows,
siding information specs and also windows, can you give us another option other
Okay.
than vinyl?
okay,
That's,
I would add to the exterior trim of the windows. So if the trim around the windows on the outside is gonna be replaced,
okay,
yeah,
a cut sheet on that as well.
yeah,
right,
that's
absolutely.
good.
Thank you. Yeah.
I feel a little bad because we talked about it in a pre-app 2 weeks ago and it all
Yeah.
seemed pretty good.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
but-
And yet we didn't,
but
I guess
the-
we weren't clear enough on exactly what
Okay.
we needed to
Yeah.
approve it. So
but yeah, the
I
files.
hope we're
look
clear
like-
enough.
no, you're
No,
great, yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Right.
With that all said, is it okay to make a motion to continue the whole thing?
100%,
Okay,
yeah. I
That's
would-
what you want to do.
Now that we know that we don't have all the details, just
Yep.
come back and present
Yep.
with all the details next.
Well, Leo will be back next week anyway,
Okay.
so.
Right, he said he
Yeah.
was going
What
away.
is your schedule? When are you trying to do the work?
As soon as it's approved, I guess.
Soon as it's
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
When it gets warmer.
yeah.
Actually, I was talking to Leo, he's pretty anxious to get going because he wants to beat the, you know, the kind of the spring busy season.
Well, we made the
So-
joke, I said, you want it done before St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, right.
I said, you want it done before March? And
Yeah,
and he goes, yeah, and I was like, before St. Patrick's Day.
yeah,
But I
Um,
don't think this will, I mean, if he gets the approval from you guys and he simultaneously gets the building permit application in. These are kind of pass-through building permit applications. They don't take a long time to process.
Right.
It's not a huge review process that goes along with them,
And the
so.
work can be done pretty
We're not-
quick.
And we should be able to move them through pretty
Yeah.
timely.
Okay. So I would like to make a motion to continue the whole file.
Okay.
And then have you come back with more
Yep.
specific on everything except the shingles.
okay.
All right.
Keatsman second.
Ernst, okay.
Ferguson, yay.
Keatsman, yay.
Moriarty, yay.
All right.
Right.
So that's it.
Should I leave that? I just did that.
Yeah.
What-
You take that. one.
Okay.
All right, you want to
Hey, Mark, Sue is saying that she's having a hard time hearing
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Right.
So if you could just,
Speak into the
direct,
microphone.
yeah, get it a little more direct.
Yeah, there's
They
nothing
speak
more.
good,
We're doing,
like
we're
Sue
not.
here, but as soon as
we're-
you start to
it's
get over here,
continuous,
they.
We're not voting on
they
it. so
go
we're all
back.
set. Okay. Okay, so. With that, that's all the public hearings. I'm gonna close the public hearings at 7:37. And now we'll take into consideration of the public hearings. The HDC 24-0075 was continued. HD,
Wait, hold.
No, that was closed.
No.
it was closed, sorry, you're correct. I'm sorry. HDC 24-0075 was closed. And so we should talk about that. So when we close a public hearing, it's usually because it runs out of time. We've continued it so much that it just, reaches statute of limitations, for lack of a better term. What we should vote on, in my mind, is what to do with this closed public hearing, is my opinion. Do you have any disagreement with that?
I do not disagree with
Okay.
that. Yes, you should.
Okay, and so I just would like to say that I would like to close this and have him start from scratch. Because he's never showed up, he's never presented. It's, I'm assuming it's a he, I don't know the name also. But this person has never showed up, never presented. We have nothing to go on. It's not like Leo came and presented and showed us what he's doing, so we have an idea of what Leo was gonna do. This person has never shown us what's happening. And so I would like, because of its closure, to just officially close it in the sense and make this person start from scratch and go through the process as if he's never done this before. Any discussion from the
Yeah. Got a
commission?
comment. I think we do that by moving to approve it and.
And then
not
we
approve it.
all, right.
Correct.
Right, no, and that's
Correct.
going to be
Yeah.
the process, but I just wanted to,
And then the other thing that I'd like to make clear is he will come and talk to us. He'll probably get approved, right? I mean, so I don't want to say that he needs to wait a year or any of that kind of stuff.
Well, so then if you don't want him to have to wait a year, what you're essentially doing is you're going to deny him without prejudice, which means that you have not received enough information to award an approval to him. So you need to incorporate that
in the.
into your language for your motion.
Okay.
So I've also heard that when you deny, you need to give a reason for denial.
A reason, right?
And I think our reason is.
Lack of
you didn't
information.
show, right,
Yep,
or
lack
you
of-
never presented, or we
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to interview the applicant.
And it's missing dimensions on the sign as well,
And
most
there's some
applicants.
So
look at that
insufficient
stuff.
information is a
Yeah.
reasonable thing to say, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because you guys, somebody has to write the letter that says you're denied for this
Right.
reason.
Yep, it'll go on.
Okay.
So any further discussion? All right, then I would like to make a motion to approve this application as presented to us over the past 8, 10 weeks or however long it's been.
Keatsman second.
All right, so we'll take a vote.
Aye, Ernst, aye.
Deny.
Yes, deny.
Deny. Okay. Ferguson, deny.
Deny. Keatsman deny.
Moriarty deny.
All right, so this application has been denied based on a lack of information. Can we all agree that our
Yep.
reasoning is for lack of information? And so now we take this. So where's the file
Okay. For which one?
for it should be the first one.
345.
It's
Yep, got it.
here. So we circled denied.
Oh, that's what that says?
Yeah, that's approved. That's denied.
Okay.
And you just sign it.
You need to sign it?
I'll sign it if you want.
Well, I'll sign it
Okay.
if I'm allowed to.
All right, well, that's tonight. I'll have my signature. All right, so now this one is done.
Okay. Oh, hang on.
Okay, I see what they,
And this, we only
Can I
have to
see what they
stamp if
showed?
they submitted something that wasn't in
No.
the file.
Mark was asking us to see the
Can I
file.
see the
real quick.
file?
Oh, of course.
Just for interest.
Yeah. All right, so now that's closed. We're now HDC 25-0080. That was 3 Elm Street, and I believe we continued that one because there was no one here for presentation. All right,
So nothing happens to that.
nothing happens. That's just continued.
Okay.
Now we're HDC 25-001, 12 Water Street, and that is the door sign and lighting. Any questions or comments from the commission
I think it looks
on
fine.
Danger Bar
I think it looks
presentation?
good.
I think it looks good as well. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Moriarty second.
All right,
Approved, aye. Mark,
Ernst,
Ernst.
yay. Ferguson, yay.
Keatsman, yes.
Moriarty, yes.
All right, so HDC 25-001, 12 Water Street has been approved. You don't need that. That was over.
You just circle and approve?
Just circle approved and
No
sign.
stamping
No
necessary?
stamping necessary for that one. And
I
just
can sign that?
Yeah, you can sign that. so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see your,
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your patience for the whole evening.
you.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so that's that one. HDC 25-002, 19 Borough Street has been withdrawn, so we'll move on. And now we'll go to HDC 25-003, 46 West Main Street. Leo Roche applicant. And for that one, we continued due to lack of detail on the various aspects that he was presenting. So with that in mind, we have now closed the consideration of public hearings. And guessing, fingers crossed, that for pre-application review, you're 13 gravel?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, that might be Peter. So- All right, so we'll go back to Peter. All right, first off, let me just check on my new HDC. Everybody good?
Yeah, we're
Okay,
good.
I just wanted to.
Is it speaker?
All right, there's Peter. Peter, are you pre-app 13 gravel?
No, I'm pre-app on another property, one gravel. One Water Street, sorry.
One water, okay.
Yeah.
Do we have anyone in the audience for 13 gravel for pre-app? No,
No.
because Peter's the only.
Peter Sue and me.
Yeah, so no, that's, all right, so, so are you here for pre-app?
Yeah.
Okay, Peter, this gentleman's been patiently sitting here, so we're gonna allow him to go first.
Oh, actually, Peter. Hi, Peter.
No, that's fine. I'll wait. I'm good. I'll wait.
Oh, okay.
All right, so,
Peter.
oh, okay. So I'm gonna make a motion to hear what number, what's your
368.
36?
368.
Oh, 368. Okay, so when we're doing pre-apps, this is a new scenario. we have to make a motion to hear a pre-app if it's not on the agenda.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make a motion to hear 368 High Street, Peter Miller.
Moriarty second.
So
Peter Springfield, Paul Miller.
Paul Miller. Is there a Mary? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. Okay, Paul Miller, 368 High Street.
368.
368 High Street. Motion to hear this pre-app.
Moriarty second.
Moriarty second.
Yep.
Beacon,
Approved, Mark.
Ferguson, yay.
Keithman, yes.
Moriarty, yes.
Okay, so here we go. 368. 368 High Street. Paul, 368.
So I provided to Sue today, 4 packets.
We have 0.
Oh, and she also scanned in the information.
All right, maybe that's.
Did you do it to submit your application?
Yes.
Okay. So that probably wouldn't come in with tonight's packet then. It would be in the file for the application itself.
Okay.
Um,
So I can.
it's not a big deal. You can present that.
Yeah.
You're not required to submit anything at this point. It's just probably, essentially a share of information.
Okay.
Um,
All right, I can do this. Let's see. There we go.
Yeah, I'm just looking through the online files right now and it's not, I don't.
no, it wouldn't be there.
Okay, I just wanted to double.
Hi, well, I'm Paul Miller. And I'm a co-owner with my wife of 368 High Street, which is a 3/4 cape. And we have a rotten picket fence out front that we are planning to replace. It is a white cedar picket fence. Actually, Peter might know how old it is because he's around the area, but it predates us. We've been there 8 years now. And it apparently was not pressure treated or well protected because it's just crumbles. Like for the fence design, I'll show that later. Big picture is we're extending the fence a bit down one side. And we're adding connectors between the fence and the house to make a closed yard so our dog doesn't run away. So location.
Can you start with the site or, yeah.
That one. So circled lot on High Street there. Oh, yeah, good zoom in. And then a little bit closer and zoom in on this one. So on here, oh, zoom out, thank you. The dark line just shows highlight of the lot. Inside the lot along here is the existing fence from the driveway edge to the corner and over to about where the end of the house is. The dash lines are the extension that's 24 feet to go from where the existing end is to basically touching the garage on the edge of our property. And then we're going to have the 2 connectors going from the fence over to our house at each end. There'll be a gate on each of the connectors plus placement of the gate out front.
Probably irrelevant question, but from the 181, that's the back of your garage. Is there something you were just, is there a fence going back?
Let's see.
That's not his garage.
That's not my garage. Just
Oh.
and I could borrow a pointer.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay. So this is the neighbor's driveway
Right.
to the neighbor's
Okay, right, the
garage.
neighbor's garage.
Yep. And then this is our garage here.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So it ends here. There's a picture in here in a second, but there's a flower bed here.
Okay,
Um,
and so, all right, and so the extension is just to make sure the dog doesn't run.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And so this is the picture comparing the existing picket fence to the new one. It's a little bit tighter, reduced visibility through it. Basically because these pickets are an odd size and couldn't get those. And so the new ones are 1.25 inches wider. And it just fills in the gap more between them. But they're both, well, this is pine, we think. This is white cedar, and then it's painted white. The existing one is a pointed top. This one's going to be a dog-eared top. And otherwise, they're the same height. And they basically are both continuous, so no inline posts, for instance, on there. And then my somewhat cartoonish look at how the connectors work. So in this picture, the existing fence line, and then here is the connector from the house out and the gate right there that will go in. And then if you, this is the existing fence line running down the driveway. And then here is a connector to the house, and then over back here is an extension to the edge of their garage, which you can just see behind the trees there. So that's what we're planning.
And it's a wood fence.
It's a wood fence, yeah.
I like the denser fence any better. What's the year of the house?
1840.
Anyone on the commission have questions?
No, looks fine. Looks fine.
Looks, I love the fact that it's a wood fence. And you didn't say the V word, so.
Yeah, it's Western red vinyl. No, just.
I'm an old man, don't do that. All right.
Yeah.
I,
The timeframe is, I think the contractor is gonna do it is, he said he'd start late March for this.
No.
Once things go.
I mean, so your presentation was well detailed, has everything except the kind of, I mean, is the materials list on that one thing, that one?
Yeah,
Or not material, but is there a description of the fence?
yeah, description of
Yeah.
the fence there, yeah.
So I think,
I think you did call out the material. too.
Yeah.
At one point,
Yeah.
didn't I see that
Yeah.
the new fence is gonna be cedar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, so
white
no,
cedar and.
Yeah.
so
yeah.
that, then you were, if you came back and gave the same presentation with an application, you would have all that,
Okay,
all the pieces we would be looking for.
great. So I submitted online, filled out the form.
Yeah.
For the application. So the next step is, and I gave Sue all that same information, so the next step would then be what?
Show up. on the
Show up in
first-
2 weeks.
So, yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna wanna get in touch with her, cause she's going to give you a posting.
Oh, yeah,
That
mentioned
is
that.
going to, that you have to post up to show that there's a public hearing coming.
okay,
So you probably wanna catch up with her in the next day or so.
okay,
I would recommend, what's today? I would recommend no later than Thursday, cause that's the deadline for applications for the next meeting.
okay,
So just get in touch with her. She'll get you everything you need if anything's missing.
well, thank you very much, John.
Right.
I have a couple comments.
Sure.
You suggest, yeah, I would suggest you might want to include. It looks like it's gonna be a factory fence, like
No, it isn't,
it's handmade.
handmade, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, so this is the basic idea, but yeah, it's
All
handmade.
good, that's good.
Yeah.
Either way can be fine.
Yeah.
The comment I'm getting to is occasionally I've had complaints about heights of fences above grade.
Yep.
And sometimes, the grade moves around, and so
Yeah,
there might be a question that gets you to commit to something like not to exceed 3.5 feet or whatever.
okay, yeah. I can
That'll
see.
be something
So,
we
just wanna-
comment when we go through the application. We'll just-
Okay,
You could put it down in your application too, that it won't exceed 3.5 feet or whatever the number is, if you're comfortable with that. Don't cut it too close, because
yeah,
we're not.
it's actually, if anything, it would probably be it kind of depends on how you measure it, but there's a couple of sections where the ground sort of does that, and the idea is we keep the top level, and so actually it gets shorter off the ground.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Keep it level. I hate them when they go up and down.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
It's not a
So
wave.
yeah,
I don't know how, it looked kind of flat in the pictures, but anyway, that can cause a little bit of,
yeah, this is the,
I don't think it's gonna cause us any problem, Paul. I'm just saying that
Yep,
in
yep.
other applications, it has
You're
been,
s-
sometimes becomes an issue about how high is that fence relative to
Okay.
what we approved and.
Right, it's usually the neighbors
But you're,
Yeah.
that are
some
commenting.
Yeah.
you're starting pretty low.
yeah, we're starting pretty low.
Still pretty
The, this part here is that's sloped.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why it's handmade, because everything, if you buy the panel, then it does
Yeah,
that, but
yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of looks a little odd.
Understand.
Right.
So, yeah. That's my opinion.
Second comment is sometimes we've not had enough detail on how it's supported. Like the foundation or whatever, so like there's a little cement.
Intermediate post.
The
Voting.
posts.
So, yeah, the posts are 8-foot centers, and they're 4x4 pressure treat plan, and they would be cemented at the bottom. Just
I
the
would
bottom bit.
Make sure
Good to
that's
add
the.
that.
Okay.
add
It
that
would be
to
nice
that.
to add that in, because we've had a fence that wasn't supported at all, and it's
Right.
created tons of controversy
Right.
about, because it wobbles around. And
Right.
we kind of wished we were a little more careful.
Sure. We can do that.
Any other comments?
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
well,
guys.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thanks for the pen.
Yeah, no problem.
Any
Anytime.
questions for us, or are you good?
That was a lame toss.
That's okay, we'll get it. Thanks a lot.
Do you have any questions for us,
Nope.
or you're good?
Nope, I'm good.
And so Thursday's the.
Don't want to keep everybody up.
You're right, exactly. Well, it's Peter you're keeping up.
Oh, hey, Peter, sorry.
But no, just Thursday's the deadline to get on the next docket.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll swing by tomorrow.
Excellent. All right, Peter.
Yes,
What's your address?
1 Water Street.
1 Water Street. I'd like to make a motion to add 1 Water Street to the pre-app.
Moriarty second.
I, Ernst.
Ferguson, yay.
Petersman, yay.
Moriarty, yay.
Okay, Peter, the floor.
Yes.
Zoom floor is yours.
Can you allow me to share, Tim? I don't see the icon here for sharing.
Down the bottom, green.
Where are we at here? Share
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah. Oh.
No, that'd be sharing your screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's it.
I think it's
You
you
need-
that has to share your screen, Peter.
But you need to
Yeah,
allow him.
Yeah, that's
You-
what
he
I
needs
thought. You
permission.
had to give permission there.
So I gotta get out of that.
Yeah,
If I exit out, is
Yeah.
that gonna?
yeah. No, that's just the public. one.
Okay. So is
You
it,
bring up participants. And then click on the 3
three
dots
dots.
and hopefully it's
promote the
promote
mail?
panelist, I think.
I think I already did that. I think he's already. How to talk.
Okay.
And
That's
now
the-
he should be able to.
Are you able to share now? Oh, you're
There you go.
you're sharing, Peter.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Peter Springsteel, architect. I'm here representing Blue Turtle LLC, owners of 1 Water Street, which is shown on the locus map here. Here's Water Street, West Main Street. This building was the old Densmore Oil Building, and now on the first floor, there's Boost Bowls, and there's a new apartment on the second floor. And we've been in many times on this project as we update and refine what we're doing to the building. This is the original site plan that was approved. It was probably over a year ago now. And in the front of the building, we had proposed sort of a raised planter, which is this area here. Can you all see what I'm pointing at? And once the tenant sort of got a handle on what that actually was, that they weren't too crazy about it because it kind of blocks the visual sort of access to their business inside. So we've been working with the town to we posted a bond and we so that we didn't have to finish this and still get our building permit for everything else. And in the meantime, we've come up with a different idea about what to do in the front here. And part of this is a requirement of the Planning and Zoning Commission where you got to have so much green area when you develop a property. So the green area is mandatory. So what we're proposing now is a little bit more thought out here for usage for the tenant and the function of the space. So one thing we have to do is a street tree, and what we're proposing to do here is cut out the concrete sidewalk in a square section right here, plant our tree here, and then there would be a metal tree grate that would fill in the space to keep it nice and neat and allow for pedestrians to flow through here without tripping over, little depressions in a normal planting bed.
Is a tree grate a fence around the tree?
No, it's a flush metal grate that's flush with the concrete sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's got kind of a pattern built into it. And it allows water to get into the root system, but it's also flush to the sidewalk because it is fairly tight here. This would eliminate any tripping hazards when it's installed. Then what we'd like to do is install a flush stone paver patio right here. And presently there's a band of granite piles that runs across the front, and basically want to pick up that same material and carry it through this little stone paver area. And then in the nice weather, the tenant would be able to put seats out here and a couple tables to allow people to eat outside in this area here. Then in terms of the green area, we've pushed it out further from the building to allow more visual access into the building from the sides and from this stone patio area. And so this would be shrubbed, low shrubs mostly. And then there'd be a recess here for park bench right there. We are going over the property line. That requires us to go to DOT to get their blessing on this. And I guess apparently we're supposed to have at least 5 foot of open area here. So we've left a little bit more than 5 feet for people to pass by, because this is probably like Times Square, the Mystic version of Times Square with the quantity of people that come through here. So that's the landscape piece of this. We're also looking to change out the front door to the commercial space. There's 2 doors presently, and this door here goes up the stairway to the apartment. And there is a door just like this right now in this opening here to the commercial space. So the tenant has been worried that the opacity of this door is really sort of driving people away. So they want to have a more full view door here so that people can see into the space and understand that, yeah, it's a business that's welcoming people in. So we would like to do this kind of a door, full view, 3 by 5 panels. And that would probably be a wood or probably a wood door. Yeah, we'll go with a wood door. And those are the things that I'm seeking your advice on.
So Peter, just make sure I get it right. The door on the right and the left are both the same now, and you just want to change the one on the left so the windows go down farther?
Yes, correct. And then on the exterior, we're just doing this landscaping scenario.
So I'm not sure we have jurisdiction over trees and shrubs,
No, that's probably not something that you guys
but the pavers
would
is-
be, yeah, I think it's more along the
In the
lines
door.
the
of,
pavers in the door. Yeah.
yeah, the pavers, the door. And there is, I don't know, Peter, and correct me if I'm misunderstanding this, but aside from the area that is proposed to be like a patio paver, you have plantings that are gonna go in, a raised bed and a bench along the front there?
Yeah, this is going to be a planting bed with shrubs in it.
Yeah,
Then the concrete sidewalk will go in under this bench. The bench will be a permanent fixture there.
yeah.
And
It-
these are new pavers here, and then this is a new tree grate.
So what's the construction of the raised beds? What are you using to construct the raised beds?
Well, they're not raised beds, Tim. They're just going to be flush.
Oh, they're flushed. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
I thought they were raised. I'm sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, no problem.
I had been looking at it with David, and I think at one point, weren't you proposing doing something raised there?
he's revising that, because that was the original
Okay,
that he presented to us
okay,
way
okay,
back when, and he's revising
All
the
right.
raised beds to this.
okay.
That's correct.
All right.
That's right.
My
Thank you.
question is, again, we have jurisdiction over property lines. And the park bench is outside his property line. Do we have jurisdiction? Because that's the state land. I don't want to vote on or give feedback on something that we have no right to give feedback on. Does that make sense?
So what we could do is we could go to DOT and get their permission and then come back for the formal
Yeah,
application after that permission is given.
I would like personally, I would like that because
Yeah.
that's outside, in my mind, our jurisdiction, outside the dotted line.
Yep.
The pavers, I see no issue.
I think it's in your jurisdiction, but I have to get permission from that owner to
Okay, okay.
part of the application.
Right,
Okay.
right. And then the door.
The door, yeah, the door makes sense. You want people to be able to see, oh, that's not an apartment.
Yeah.
That's a,
Yeah,
That's a-
you know,
that's a
right,
restaurant.
whatever,
Right, no, I have
delineates
no
it
problem.
against.
no issue with the door. And no issue with the pavers personally, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think it all looks good.
Peter, have you gone to the state with it yet? Just
No,
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 they should be able to prove that at district level, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
the raised
do
bed.
you-
will be
do
very
you have a
popular with
contact, Tim?
developers in town.
I
They're
don't,
not
Deb
raised
Jones
beds,
does
they're
though.
flush beds.
Okay,
They're,
Right.
they're,
Yeah.
It's even worse.
right, it's even easier for them to
Yeah.
urinate.
But I mean, I love more trees and greenery downtown. I
Yeah.
think that's
And,
fantastic.
There's enough space there.
And it is, he's right, it is the Grand Central station of.
That's usually my pass zone when I'm going on a walk. If
Yeah.
I'm behind someone slow, because it widens there. and it-
Right, you can pass on the left.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It'd be harder to do now, but
But I mean. I think we're all in agreement that everything looks.
Yep.
As always with your presentations on the up and up and very nice.
all right, so we'll go to DOT, get that approval, and then we'll come back for a formal.
Yep.
All right, thank you guys
Yep.
very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So that presentation is closed. All right, so it's now 8:07, close the pre-app review. Do we have any public communications?
I don't have anything.
Does anybody on the panel have public communications? All right, moving on for public communications. I'd like to make a motion to not approve the minutes just because I have not had a second.
Well, technically you can't. You only got two people here that can
Oh,
legally vote on them.
Oh.
These guys should recuse themselves from the minutes.
Yep.
And then
Because they weren't,
so we should wait till more.
yeah. So
Okay.
just make a motion to continue to
Yeah.
approve the minutes for
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
I'll make a quick comment. We,
Still gonna add up.
at our last meeting, we said we weren't gonna approve any minutes till after we went through the Robert's rules. I'm saying it because you weren't here. I don't know if it applies, but I think we made a motion.
well, that, if we make a motion to continue, that's the first week in February, which is after the Roberts rules, which is January 30th.
Yeah, I think we did that at the last
Oh,
meeting.
okay,
So
so-
so you think it's already addressed and you
I-
don't need
I
to take
think-
further action on it?
I think it's already addressed.
Okay.
I think, yeah, well, I'll just
Make a note of that.
make note that
We're not, let's not do the.
we're not gonna
tonight.
do the minutes tonight, that we'll just, after
We'll
the
just do the
January
minutes.
30th meeting, or whatever, the January meeting, we will revisit the minutes and the processes involved.
The other just comment is I think you guys can actually approve minutes when you haven't been here. You just have to be prepared and read them.
Read them,
Right.
maybe watch some videos
What-
or whatever,
what's
and
required.
acknowledge
Right.
that you have.
It's not
Yeah.
required that you don't.
Right, and that's,
You have the option.
Right. right,
Yes, thank you.
Right.
Correct that.
Right.
You're right.
but yeah, no, but I was gonna continue just to give them a chance to.
Sure, absolutely.
That was all, my point, and on top
Yeah,
of what we
I think
discussed last
in the
time.
spirit of where we are.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and again, I'm not. All right, now we're on to number 7, old business.
So the only thing I have under old business is, there's the fence on High Street, which has been an ongoing thing, which there is an application in for now, so that should be on the next, regular meeting.
Okay.
I don't have any updates on anything further at this point. One Ashby is still, with the attorney. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but there was some kind of a communication that was going on with it, and I have not had a chance to get myself updated on it, but I think there's a little bit of movement on it, and,
That was my question.
yeah, but it's still, at the forefront of being addressed.
Okay.
You guys know? what
I
he's
have
talking
no-
about
no.
On High Street.
No idea.
I would,
And I live on High Street.
Okay.
no, it's Ashby.
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 Well, there's a High Street in Ashby.
Oh, okay.
You know
You're
the
right.
number though, right?
You're right there.
Can you say the number on? You can-
I don't remember. It's 80, 85. Does that sound right?
For High Street.
Yeah.
Some,
So if you're coming down, West Mystic Ave, or is it, what is that? No, not West
Route
Mystic,
1, right?
coming down Route 1, right where High Street crosses over.
Yeah.
You know, right there,
It's on
right
the
up on
right.
your right-hand side. It's like the second or third house on your right-hand side. For the longest time, there was a large section of 6-foot stockade fence that it's an elevated wall right there, and the yard is elevated. It's probably a good 8 or 9 feet off the ground.
Mhm.
And then on top of that wall, for the longest time, there was probably 6-foot stockade fence, 2, 3 sections, maybe 4 sections. It deteriorated and fell over onto the road. The owners, without any kind of approvals or coming to get a certificate of appropriateness, replaced it with a 6-foot vinyl fence. And it was brought to our attention that it was done. We had been in on and off communications with them. It was somewhat difficult in communicating with them. The property is run by a management group for a company that owns multiple properties around. We've dealt with a couple of different managers. They said, oh, we're gonna come in. They've even come to the point where they've come in and started an application and then went silent on us. It ended up, we got to the point where we said, okay, enough's enough of kind of running around on this, and we had the attorney send a demand letter, to which they responded and put an application. And so we should be seeing that hopefully in the next, on the next agenda. 1 Ashby,
Yes.
I can give you a quick update on 1 Ashby, if you guys don't know what 1 Ashby is. 1 Ashby is right on the corner of Noack Road and Ashby. It's a larger, old, I'm gonna say colonial style home. It's a multifamily, 3 or 4 family. Right now, it currently has old wood windows in it and asbestos siding on it. The owner, without any approvals at all, including building permits, started forging ahead with replacing all the windows with vinyl windows. I issued a stop work order on it. We subsequently got him to come in and begin the process of application. When he was presented with the understanding that the commission does not really appreciate all vinyl windows, he was somewhat upset. And with the fact that he had purchased the windows, he already owned them, and was kind of in a conflict with his contractor because his contractor told him that he had permits and he never obtained any permits. So anyway, he left without completing an application. We did a stop work order on it. We have sent them notice of violations on it. It's currently at the attorney's office, dealing with, he's reviewing our notification process and making sure that he can move forward with a demand on it. That's currently where that's at. The work has stopped. I think that John might have sent a picture at one point in time that they maybe put like one more window in, but if you drive by there right now, half the windows are vinyl, half of them are the old windows. He said that he wanted to put hardy siding over the asbestos siding, but he didn't come with any details of that. That never came to fruition. So that's kind of where we're at with that as far as a violation. Those are the only 2 items we have outstanding right now. There was the one further down on High Street, 434, I think it was, the one that Eric had brought to our attention several times about the person who fixed up that house and put a couple of sections of cedar fence in on the side yard just to create a little backyard privacy. I finally got in touch with that guy. His name's Avery Barlow. And he has an application coming in for that little section, those 2 little pieces of fence coming to, which I think I told him if the application comes in and he sends us some pictures, I told him.
doesn't
I
have
think
to
he has
show
to-
up.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to come. And I think that's about where we're at with any kind of enforcement actions.
Excuse me.
Now you guys are up to speed.
All right, thank you for that update.
Yeah.
Now old business is done, new business, anyone?
I just
Two-
want to
Two new to have
welcome
new
these
business.
guys.
I was gonna say, two
Nice
new
to
guys
have,
don't
nice
have
to
new
have some new
business.
faces and your approach tonight to stuff, you guys, for new guys, a lot of times, like, people sit quiet and they don't ask questions. It's great to see you guys participating
Yeah.
and
Oh, no, I,
your stuff was spot on from
Yeah.
the staff perspective. I appreciate it.
So you, Ted, you mentioned there's Robert's Rules Training on
like January 29th or something.
Okay.
29th.
These guys didn't get.
I haven't heard
email
anything
invites
about it.
To that.
I'm sure we'll
meeting.
get something.
You should get
Okay.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know if Sue needs to tell the people organizing that or you or.
We can get we can get an invite for it to you.
So what
Okay.
it was sent out a couple weeks ago
Okay.
for current.
Yeah, it's probably because
And
you guys
obviously
weren't sworn in
because you
yet.
guys
Brand new.
are,
Yep.
are
Yeah.
new.
Yep.
But you should still absolutely.
Yep.
Get an invite to that.
Okay.
Meeting.
All right.
So I don't know, Sue, I'm gonna ask you to look into that because I don't know who else to.
I'll talk to her tomorrow.
Okay,
We'll get them on the list.
okay.
They're
Thank
offering it in person and Zoom if you're out of town or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could probably
Take
make
away
it.
from your vacation.
Do you see, I have some questions.
Oh, okay.
Do you get to see this ahead of time? This, when people make an application?
Yes, so there's a link that Sue sends out to us.
Okay,
And it's available on the town website too, just anybody can log in and
Right.
look at
okay.
all the submittal information.
I will just say, I've been on this commission at least 4 years and I have the hardest time finding it on the.
Well, I tried
I-
today to find just the basic guidelines.
Yeah,
And
I-
I clicked on the link and I got something else
Mhm.
and I called.
I find the whole Groton webs and
Oh.
it's not just our section. I
Okay.
just find it hard to navigate.
Well, I
personally,
really
but-
literally clicked on our thing
Okay.
and I got something else.
Right,
I
no.
did not get what I was.
It's,
looking for.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's,
I made a
that-
call.
that's your intuition is to click on HDC, but don't, that's like.
Yes.
it's-
You have to you have to go under departments, you go under government, you go under departments. And then there's a drop down there and it says meetings and agendas.
Right.
And you click on that and all of current, there's a calendar that comes up and you can look at any meeting
Okay, well, I'll
agenda.
try again.
It's the meetings and, yeah,
Mark, if you want to give me an email before you go,
Sure, absolutely.
I will, or I'll give you one of my cards.
Yep.
And I'll send you a link to it, so you can just click
It
on
was
it.
just interesting today. I was going, come on.
right, and we normally get like an agenda where it has all of this electronically.
This I found the agenda. I did not find it, but I'd like to see this stuff
So
ahead of time.
when you go to, so this is the agenda that,
That I saw.
so what you then go to is agenda package right
See the
here.
little icon in there.
Okay.
And then when you
You
click
know what
on,
he's talking
on,
about.
What's it say? It says agenda items or does
it
it
says
say
agenda package.
agenda
or
package?
meeting
Package will come with
files,
All the detail.
and
Yeah.
then-
Oh,
and then here's all the,
yeah, I didn't,
That's where the minutes are.
I
That's-
thought I was clicking away,
All
but I
that
didn't
stuff.
have.
so these are like different
There you go.
pictures,
No, that's good,
so.
because I felt cold coming in.
Sorry,
There's a lot of ways to get to it.
you're a seasoned veteran now.
Exactly, you guys are.
I'm usually over
guys are
there.
Yeah.
When I come into the
You can
town,
put it on your
the
resume.
town website, and you just go to government and then it says meetings and meeting
Yeah.
schedule,
Yeah.
and then you can immediately get the.
That I found.
Yeah.
Can also go to YouTube, and the town has its own YouTube channel.
I've
You
heard.
can, watch yourself, see the fun to see
Good,
yourself,
good.
on how you look on
I'm not
TV.
sharing that with anyone.
You can check that out too.
Um,
Usually get posted like tomorrow sometime.
Yeah, they take 24 to 48 hours, usually then they're up.
You had a question?
How often are there kind of communications outside of these meetings? Does Eric send notes at all? or anything? Okay,
No,
so-
it's just Susan sends us the agenda a week before,
Oh,
a few
okay,
days
good.
before, and then.
Just, I don't know if you're aware, but you're not supposed to have official business meetings with more than one other member
Yeah.
outside of a regular
Like,
business.
if you
It's-
wanted to
yeah.
text me or
Yeah.
text Ted, I don't care. You wanted to text one of us
Right.
and say, hey, I had a quick question, that's okay, but if you made a group chat with the
Yeah.
5 of us.
Or you
then
send
we're
an
like,
email to 2 other people,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Okay,
but yeah,
all right, that's good to
that
know.
makes sense.
And I guess the other comment, you send an email or a text to any other commissioner, you can be asked to produce a
Yeah.
freedom of information request. So,
Phone calls are
Um,
key.
with, if there's No more question. You have any more questions?
I'm good.
I don't want anyone to feel stymied. I mean, this is the time
Not stymied.
and so.
Actually, one more question. Has the 2025 meeting schedule been published for the whole year?
Yes.
Oh, is that online?
That's.
I think so.
I think so. I
Yeah.
just, I can't tell you.
So when you go on that too, you can look, there's calendars.
Yep.
You can look at the calendars and it will.
For you.
There you
Yeah.
go. So
To the front of the
Just
class.
gotta
thing.
So, did you
remind
know
myself.
that Eric and Todd are gonna be here?
I knew Eric was not gonna be here, but I didn't know.
And I knew Todd was not going to be here. He sent
Okay.
us a message, I think, sent me and Sue a message
Okay,
Sunday or Monday.
all right, okay.
And, I mean, I'll be very transparent. This morning, I looked at, it, I was like, it's Tuesday. It's the third Tuesday. I didn't get an agenda, and so I just texted Eric. I was like, did you get an agenda? He's like, no, I didn't get an agenda, but here it is. And so he sent me the agenda. That was our communication.
So Sue has been out sick.
Wait, and
So that's
I'm not
pro-
reprimanding.
And I was out sick all the end of last week too.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I just like woke up and was like,
that's
I got a
probably,
meeting today.
that's,
I don't know, like.
that's probably why there's been a
Yeah.
little, upset in
Don't
the
worry.
universe at this point.
I had a terrible illness. That's why I was zoomed the last time.
Hmm.
So.
Yeah, you were the one.
So
Yeah.
your question, Michael, is it polite to let Tim know that you're not gonna be here?
Well, especially since I'm
think
an
so.
alternate member, so if there was 5 other people here, I wouldn't be. Well.
You
what's-
participate in everything except the vote.
Votes,
Right.
okay, okay.
Right,
Yep.
you
Alright.
could still ask questions of
Yeah.
the person, you
Yeah.
can still
Yeah,
have a
right.
discussion with the
Okay.
group.
And
It's
even if
just
there's-
Because if there's 5,
Yeah.
there's no room for you to vote,
Okay.
but if there was 4, the person would see
Okay.
you.
Right, and even if there are 5 sitting members here.
Yeah.
There's always a possibility that for some reason, one of the members
That's
should recuse themselves, at which point you would become.
Yep.
A
And- and
voting
the Person
member.
would see you for that.
Yeah.
That application.
The other comments, alternates are supposed to get used in a roughly equal manner, so.
We're supposed to rotate you
So
in.
it's a little more complicated to know if they're gonna need you or not.
Yep.
Because you don't know if you're the
You might be-
next one
you
or
might be
the
on.
whatever, right?
Yeah. That really could be decided at meeting time based on who sat last time. And everything, it's just kind of something you have to kind of live with.
Right.
But like I said, even if there's a full board and you're seating as an alternate. I would appreciate if you sat and heard the hearings and everything, even if like the next meeting, if something got continued to the next meeting. And somebody was absent, you were at the prior meeting, you heard the prior meeting, you
Your
become a full
input's-
voting member
your
of that
input's valuable.
application. So there's a lot of reasons to, participate, even if you're not an actual member of a particular application. We'll get you regular, the order, Sue put the order in for your
Oh.
regular placards, so you look like old time members, but she just wanted to make sure that you guys had something for tonight.
When you retire, it's gold plated. No.
It only takes
forward
50
to it.
years. Todd's getting ready to get his.
Right. But anyway, if there's no more questions from anyone, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn. All right, and we don't need a second that's like
Motion.
old wives' tale,
Okay,
just adjourned, we're adjourned,
We're adjourned.
we're adjourned.
okay.
Very good.
I'll give you
All
my
right.
email.
So-
Would you like to